using WordPress to grow your home business. Now, as a network marketer, your success will depend on your ability to get and keep others involved in your team and your organization. Now, if you can help others accomplish their goals, they're likely to continue to do business with you even when a particular company is no longer doing business. The key in this is opening up a line of communication to your team, your prospects, your downline, and your upline. However, now, in this age of information, there are likely to be people connected with you in different parts of the world on fully different time zones. Now, how do you make the most of your time by communicating things once, while at the same time getting information to the most vital of your stakeholders? Now, some have turned to social media for this function. And why not? Look, since some people are already on sites like Facebook, isn't it best to leverage them? And the answer, of course, is yes and no. Now, in some cases, there will be people who don't want to be on that platform. Do you really want to turn them away because they'd rather not join Facebook or some other social network? Look, second is the distraction of advertising and personal issues and entertainment, all of which happens on social networks. Now, of course, this is going to work to your advantage when you are advertising, but it could work against your best interest if you want to hold your team's vital information on that social network. Now, this means that you can still find a use for having a website of your own that you control. Now, that website will be central to your business without the distractions that social media brings. You'll also want to customize the website as your business changes. Now, to have a website that allows you to customize it without having to know the technical aspects of coding, you can use the WordPress platform. This course will focus on the use of WordPress as a tool to help you communicate in ways that help you to build your network marketing business and your personal brand. With that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, in this video, we're going to be discussing using WordPress as a training tool. When you have new teammates or members added to your downline, you want them to have all of the information they need to be successful. Some of that information will be exactly what the company says about the opportunity. But often, you will have some insight on information that has not yet been written down, and of course, you want your team to know about it. You can use your WordPress site to make sure your team and your downline remains on the cutting edge of what needs to be done to grow their network marketing business. Now, whether you're using a post or a page, you can embed multimedia content into them. That means that if you completed a training by webinar, all you'll need is the embed HTML code to add it to your WordPress site. In fact, as long as the content you're using has an embed code, you can even stream live right from your site. Now, you'll see if you're working with a YouTube video that all you'll need to do is to click the share button, and then you will see the link that says embed, and this will give you the HTML code. All you need to do is to copy that code. And then you'd make that code available inside of your posting area. You just saw a static YouTube video, and YouTube Live has an embed code for their live stream, which means that you can stream their videos to your site. And you'll see that inside of your live streaming area. And if you were to pick any one of these videos that you were going to stream, what you would do is you would go and get the same code. Now, this is an important thing to do because while they're doing that, you can actually make other resources available, either for free or for sale, to help your team and downline understand how to make the best use of the information that you are sharing with them. Now, WordPress can also serve as a time-stamped archive for your training. Your posts will be automatically categorized by date. All you'd have to do is to make sure that links to the replay were posted appropriately. With the use of third-party plugins, you can actually make additional training available to those that actually purchase some of the content. Now, the WordPress plugin, Download Express, allows you to keep certain posts and their content private. So whether free or paid, live or archived, you can make your WordPress site into a training center for your team. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing some of the specialized functions inside of WordPress. Now, as was mentioned earlier, WordPress can be used to create a number of different kinds of websites that serve different functions for you. Now, in order to figure out if you can download or purchase a solution, you'll want to use the following search parameters. Assuming that you want to turn your site into an appointment calendar, here is what you would search in Bing, Yahoo, or Google. You would search WP Theme Appointment Calendar, or you'd search WordPress Appointment Calendar, or even WP Plugin Appointment Calendar, or WordPress Appointment Calendar. So let's take a look. And you'll see these searches. WP Theme Appointment Calendar, and you'll see that there are about 789,000 results. WordPress Appointment Calendar, you'll see that there are 753,000 results. WordPress Plugin Appointment Calendar, you'll see that there are about 639,000 results. And WordPress Appointment Calendar. So you'll want to use these search parameters so you can find if there's going to be something available that someone's created for you to be able to use, depending on what your function is or what your search parameters are going to be. Now, in some cases, the solution will already be in the WordPress library and won't cost anything to implement it. And you'll see this may be the case if you go searching for something like a plugin. Now, when that is the case, you are going to need to be careful. This kind of solution relies on an open source model of support. That means that the user community may run into a problem and figure it out together. Now, waiting for this to happen, this could be valuable time that you spend doing something that may or may not contribute directly to your cash flow. Now, if the function is something you really want, your time will ultimately be more valuable than what you save in getting a free solution. If you can pay and get support, this may be the best way to execute the solution when you're looking for a specialized function. You can then spend your time using the tool that you purchase and marketing, rather than working with the technical aspects of getting it to work. Now, here are some examples of different ways to reimagine and customize a WordPress site. You can purchase plugins that will turn your site into a survey mechanism or a quiz mechanism. You can even purchase a plugin that will turn your site into a book writing process. You can turn your site into a task manager using a theme and or plugin, a project manager, an e-commerce site, a business directory, a coupon site, a job board, or even an auction page. The one thing to note is that you can sometimes install WordPress on the same domain with different subdirectories. This would mean that you could set up a WordPress site on yourdomain.com and put an appointment calendar there. You could then set up a separate WordPress site on yourdomain.com/book or using the subdirectory and put a book writing plugin on that site. In other words, you'd have two separate installations of WordPress using two different functions. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing using WordPress for private team interactions. Now, depending on how you want to work with your team, there will be times where you'll want to make information easily accessible to them without the pages or posts being made public. Now, this is because you want to document the progress your team is making and to be able to show prospects that you have an active organization. Now, you can use the tools in WordPress to do this without much specialized knowledge. Now, one of the easiest ways to do this is to make sure that the posts or pages for a specific team are password protected. The password protection can be set at any time that you actually create the post. As you can see, when you're creating a post, you can go to the visibility section, and all you need to do is to click password protected. Now, this can be done without additional plugins or third-party software. Now, another way to do this is to make your entire site invisible to the search engines. You can designate in your WordPress settings that you want to discourage search engines from making your content available. And you can see that it's as simple as checking a button inside your WordPress site. Now, the upside is that all of your information will be private, but the downside is that you'll forfeit all of the brand building elements of WordPress. Marketers who are willing to invest more time into their site can download membership style plugins like S2 Member. And as you can see here, S2 Member has a free version right here. Now, these plugins force users to log in order to see content. However, they do require a fair amount of technical knowledge to start and maintain the site. Now, there are also paid membership plugins like Wishlist Member and MemberSonic, both of which keep certain content private and certain content public. Now, the next video will discuss one of the purposes of private content in your network marketing business. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, in this video, we're going to conclude this course and start with the question of whether or not you should include a contact form on your WordPress website. Now, if you're going to sell things on your WordPress site, you may be considering using a contact form. In some cases, you can get a plugin that does this, as well as a theme with the function of contact form built in. However, WordPress's core functionality relies on your server to send email. In some cases, this email is easily blocked by internet service providers and ends up being undelivered. So you'll want to be careful about relying on a contact form using WordPress. This is especially true when you have prospects visiting your site and leaving messages. Now, there's a fairly technical setup that will allow you to use an email sender like Mandrill or SendGrid. And you can use these systems in conjunction with server-based technology like OS Ticket. However, if this is beyond your technical desire, it's better to rely on some kind of cloud-based help desk service such as Zendesk or Freshdesk. This will ensure delivery and help you to keep a record of your contacts and help you to respond quickly. In conclusion, as you can see, WordPress is customizable to what you need for communication in your business. You've seen specialized functions. You've heard the discussion on WordPress as a sales tool. And you've been given insight on using WordPress to train and track your team's activity. Documentation for public and private interaction was covered. And of course, a review was done of basic functions. You now know how WordPress can help you in your network marketing business. Now, you'll want to engage further so that you can learn exactly how to implement WordPress in your business. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course.